I used to have debilitating seasonal allergies growing up in Central Texas. I mean, watery eyes, sneezing, almost debilitating. And then, you know, we have bees on our property, so we make local honey, and I put it in. I don't have allergies anymore. So nature provides the solutions.
A lot of people buy your local honey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why is there so much acid reflux? Is it, again, because of the food we're eating?
Acid reflux is a symptom of insufficient stomach acid production.
Yeah.
So you need stomach acid to break down proteins into amino acids. You need stomach acid to absorb selenium, chromium, B vitamins, calcium, iron, iodine. And so if your body can't break down these, because whether you eat plant protein or animal protein, it's still foreign protein.
Yeah.
And so our body's not designed to assimilate foreign proteins into human proteins.
Although we do need protein, you're very strong
because
advocate.
proteins are made up of amino acids. In the stomach, the protein is broken down into the constituent amino acids. And then our cells take those amino acids and make human proteins out of them, not animal proteins or plant proteins. But without stomach acid, you can't break down protein, so we get peptide fragments absorbed across the gut. Our body makes an antibody against it, and we develop foodborne allergy.
How do we balance that stomach acid? How do we make it?
Well, to understand the chemical reaction, you've got to have iodine, you've got to have zinc, you got to have sodium bicarbonate, you got to have the sodium chloride, and you got to have B vitamins.
What are the early warning signs of a nitric oxide deficiency in somebody?
Well, there's a hierarchy of symptoms that develop. And so there's not any blood labs like we could measure cholesterol or vitamin D or triglycerides.
Right.
Because it's a gas, and once it's produced, it's gone. So we rely on symptoms. And what we call the canary in the coal mine is erectile dysfunction. And this isn't just in men, it's in women too. So the primary role of nitric oxide is to dilate the blood vessels. So for erectile function, we have to dilate the blood vessels of the sex organs to get engorgement, which leads to an erection. So if you can't make nitric oxide to dilate the blood vessels, then you develop erectile dysfunction. So that's first and foremost the canary in the coal mine. If you have ED, 50% of the men over the age of 40 self-report ED. I think the numbers are much higher because most men aren't going to report ED. So it's a huge problem. And if you don't correct it, if you have endothelial dysfunction in the sex organs, you have endothelial dysfunction in the coronary arteries, the cerebral arteries, it's a systemic disease.
Oh, wow.
So
then
what
your blood pressure
what are the
starts.
other symptoms? Name some of the other symptoms.
Your blood pressure goes up. Because think about it, we have a finite amount of blood in our body.
Yeah.
And if we make nitric oxide, we have bigger pipes. So pressure's normal. If we can't make nitric oxide, we've got smaller pipes. And simple physics tells us that same volume and smaller pipes, pressure goes up. And then you start to develop metabolic disease, again, because it's part of insulin signaling. And then you develop exercise intolerance. You get winded going up a flight of steps. And then fifthly, you start to develop mild cognitive impairment. You can't recall memory, you develop dementia, and eventually Alzheimer's.
How do you take nitric oxide?
Well, that's been the challenge for the past 40 years. How do you administer a gas?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
My claim to fame is I've made a solid dose form of nitric oxide gas. So
That's
we
so
make a
cool.
delivery system that actually produces this actual gas.
So what is it, like an inhaler? You like...
It's what we call an orally disintegrating tablet, or an ODT. So you put it in your mouth, and it slowly dissolves.
Like a lozenge almost.
A lozenge, yeah.
Well, before you leave, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, we would love to hear how the Lord is moving and touching your heart right now. So be sure to comment below and then share this video with someone you feel needs it just as much as you did.